Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video I'm going to be taking a look at DatBoiMuk, one of the season 1 final 8 finalists. Really top trainer, really competitive PvPer. As you can see here, he has quite a high rank, and he's competing in a draft PvP tournament. Essentially, the way the draft works is that each of the trainers get to select one Pokemon. That Pokemon becomes unavailable to any other trainer, and then you basically form your team of 6. So it forces you to think about team composition. It forces you to think about what your other competitors are using to build a balanced team based off what is remaining. So if we look at DatBoiMuk's team, he has Meganium, one of the best grass Pokemon in the game. Super tanky, has access to Frenzy Plant, so really great option. Altaria, one of the meta-defining Pokemon in Great League, has fallen off a little bit with the rise of so many anti-flyers, Probopass, and Bastiodon, but it's still like an amazing option that will deal a ton of damage with Dragon Breath. Super tanky, has access to Sky Attack, which is a pretty decent move, and then has access to either Dragon Pulse or Dazzling Gleam when Sky Attack is resisted. And then as well, he has Steelix, which is a pretty balanced anti-flyer. Doesn't absolutely destroy flying Pokemon like Probopass or Bastiodon does, but is able to beat those two other anti-flyers with its Earthquake moveset, and has a pretty interesting typing. And then Sableye, one of the premier anti-fighting, as well, beats a lot of other ghost Pokemon, since it's both ghost and dark and is only weak to fairy. Has access to Shadow Claw, one of the best, or probably the best, ghost fast move. That has a decent moveset in Shadow Sneak for when Foul Play is resisted. Or you might run Power Gem to hit some of the flyers. And then he also has Beedrill, which has positive matchups against some of the more meta Pokemon, such as Azumarill. And then he as well has Poliwrath. With the power of a punch, allows it to gain a lot of energy and attack bonuses, especially with Mudshot. It is considered maybe one of the weaker fighting Pokemon because it doesn't have access to counter, but with access to a second charge move, Ice Punch, Hydro Pump, or Dynamic Punch, it can certainly pack a punch against your opponent. So this is a 3-round tournament, so let's go ahead and take a look at his first match. And he's going up against Some Bloke. As you can see here, Some Bloke's team is Victory Bell, Lugia, Marshtomp, Magnezone, Probopass, and Frostlass. So he essentially has like 3 anti Altaria counters ish, like if you can count Magnezone as one of them. And then as well, Altaria have really favorable matchups against Victory Bell and Marshtomp, and pretty neutral, evenish matchups. Maybe a little worse if that Lugia has access to Dragon Tail, which is going to deal super effective damage to Altaria. And yeah, let's see how his team does against it and what he chooses to run. So he leads off here with the shiny Sableye. Good lead here against Lugia. It's going to deal super effective damage against Lugia, and Lugia does have access to Dragon Tail. No stab there, so it's not going to do a ton of damage. He's able to get to the Foul Play. This will either do a ton of damage to Lugia or he'll shield, and he switches out to Steelix here. To absorb the Sky Attack to preserve one of his shields. So really slick switch there. Unfortunately, he's running into Marshtomp, which looks like it has Mud Shot, and this is probably Mud Bomb, which is going to do a decent amount of damage. Steelix is pretty tanky, but still, like, being weak to something is not good. It only takes 4 Mud Shots to get to a Mud Bomb. So this Marshtomp is probably just ready to go. There you go, to hit that Mud Shot. But the Earthquake did connect, and it did a ton of damage to that Marshtomp. So let's see what he comes in with. He come in with Altaria, and those Mud Shots are not going to do anything. If it gets another Mud Bomb, it's not going to do any damage either, and it's going to faint it pretty quickly. So he just still have Lugia, but it looks like he has Frostlass. Frostlass gets that Avalanche super quick. It takes 6 Powder Snows to get to the first Avalanche, and that Avalanche would probably one-shot Altaria. Avalanche is one of the best ice moves in the game, plus with Stab from Frostlass, it's going to do a ton of damage. But that Sky Attack would also do a ton of damage to Frostlass as well. So he's going to switch over to a Sableye here. Sableye does have to worry about, well, I guess both of them are neutral. Avalanche probably will be a little bit more advantageous since it's a little cheaper in energy. But comes back here with Lugia. This Sableye has very positive matchups against Frostlass and Lugia, so it's going to definitely, it probably could just finish off here with Shadow Claws, to be honest. And that's probably what's going to happen here. Yep, and it's GG's there with one shield remaining. So that Sableye pick was a really great and fantastic pick. So we're starting round 2 here already. Steelix versus Probopass. Steelix has a really big advantage versus Probopass because it resists all of Probopass's moves. And basically Probopass can't do very much. So I expect a switch out here. But looks like this Probopass is waiting for the Earthquake to come. See if he shields. He does shield. I expect him to bail out. Yes, he did. All right, going to come here with Marsh Stomp. And then this Marsh Stomp is going to get absolutely walled by this Altaria. Unless this Marsh Stomp is carrying Sludge, basically all its moves are going to resist it. So I expect him to like basically feint it down. These like Perpetual Surfs are going to do a little bit of chip damage, but not an absolute ton. So let's see here if he chooses to feint it down. He decides to build up a little bit of energy. Let's see here. This Marsh Stomp probably could survive this Sky Attack. Yes, it can. And it's going to get off one more. Nope, it's not able to get off one more Surf. So maybe if he under-tapped, he would have got there. And here comes the Frostlass. And I expect him not to shield. This Avalanche is probably going to come in like 2 more Frost Breaths or Powder Snows. Yep, there you go. I expect him not to shield here. Let it go down. And he has Sableye in the back. And I expect the Sableye to come in and just wreak havoc. And he might get... And then I expect the shield or the switch out. Or maybe he'll just let it get hit. Nope. He's going to shield here. That Rock Slide. That Probopass does have a ton of energy built up. So here comes another Rock Slide. He's just going to let it hit him. And let's see here. He's able to connect on the foul play here. And he's really just like trying to burn this last shield, to be honest. Like, but this trainer knows that the Earthquake is going to come KO this Probopass. But it's pretty much over. It's a GG here. There's nothing that Probopass can do against Steelix anyway. So, and it's like pretty much over. It could survive so many Rock Slides, and this Crunch is pretty much going to burn the last shield, and then a couple more Dragon Tails, and it will be... Oh, there you go. My camera is out of focus. You don't even really need shield, to be honest, because I don't know what Probopass could actually even hit Steelix with. So it should just take a couple more Dragon Tails here, and this one should finish it off. And there you go. GG. Round 1, and DatBoiMuk takes it against some bloke. And the next trainer is Beta Cantaloupe. Here you go. Running Vigoroth. Interesting. Vigoroth will obviously do a good amount of damage to Steelix, and probably has like decent matchups against most of that team. Maybe has a tougher time against Altaria since it resists counter, but that Body Slam is still going to do a ton of work. And then as well, it has to worry about Poliwrath with those power-up punches. And Pachirisu, a good anti-flyer, but probably only okay matchup against Altaria. Interesting Butterfree Munchlax going for the double normal. And then Relicanth, good anti-flyer as well. And then Charizard, which is going to have positive matchups against Steelix, Meganium, and Beedrill. So expect him maybe to bring in Charizard and maybe Vigoroth. But let's see what Beta Cantaloupe actually uses. Comes in with Munchlax. So Munchlax has access to Lick, which is going to charge up the energy pretty decent, and has access to Body Slam. So it should be able to get the Body Slam one turn earlier than Meganium can get to Frenzy Plant, as expected there. And these Body Slam, they do alright. They're nothing crazy. And there you go. And these Frenzy Plants do a ton of damage. Let's see if he tries to switch out. He switches out to... I'm not sure about... And he comes here with Pachirisu. Pachirisu's super tanky, but I'm not sure how much damage this Pachirisu is going to be able to do against... has access to, I think it's Spark, Thunder Punch, and Thunderbolt. So let's see if here he hits him with a Thunder Punch, which only going to do a little bit of damage. Really have to build up with that Thunderbolt to be any real threat. It's a little bit tanky, but it's not crazy tanky where it's going to be able to absorb all these. So let's see here if a shield comes up. Probably not. Another Thunder Punch. And these, these sparks are chipping away at it a little bit. Let's see if it... another shield. Probably going to fade it down with sparks here. But down 2 shields in a pretty tough situation. Basically, come Meganium here. Meganium is going to resist all of Pachirisu's moves. Oh, going to come here with Altaria. Electric moves are neutral. Going to Thunder Punch. Yeah, not in a great position. These Dragon Breaths are going to just eat away. But able to get to one more Thunder Punch. So that additional tankiness definitely helped. So, basically took out like 40% of Altaria's health. But not in a great position right now. Especially down 2 shields. Charizard comes out. I thought Charizard might come out. Has like pretty positive matchups against 3 of the Pokemon. But unfortunately, Altaria is not one of them. Expect this to be Dragon Claw. And then this Munchlax should be coming back out with a Body Slam ready, but it's very low health. This Body Slam is not going to do a ton to Altaria besides the shield anyway. So, and then going to be able to finish this off with a Sky Attack here. So DatBoiMuk takes match number 1 in round number 2. Pretty straightforward match for DatBoiMuk. So let's take a look at match number 2 in round number 2. This is an extremely favorable matchup. These Vinoms are just going to chunk away at this. I have no idea what this Relicanth is doing. Absolutely no idea. It really should, create a bridge with its stone body to get out of there, because that is terrible news there. Ancient Power is going to do a decent amount. Maybe it's looking for the buff. Oh, man. It's taking so much damage. Pachirisu. Oh, my gosh. This Pachirisu. Yeah, it's tanky, but let's see here if it's able to take this Earthquake here. Oh, my gosh. Probably going to stick it out. This Thunder Punch is not going to do almost anything to Meganium, but decides to shield anyways. Going to leave that Meganium for Relicanth later, but expect the Relicanth to come back out. These Dragon Breaths are certainly hurting it. And this Sky Attack, even though it resists, will probably do enough to KO this Relicanth. So he decides to shield. I expect another Ancient Power to come up. Shield to come up, because this Ancient Power is going to do a decent amount of damage. Unless it gets some crazy buff right now, it's pretty much over for this Relicanth. Even with a buff, it could probably maybe get to an Ancient Power, but it still wouldn't put it in a very great position here. And I'm not, and it's pretty much GG's right here. Pretty straightforward match. Gonna double load the Sky Attack. Just put a really big emphasis on this win here. There's one Sky Attack. Here's a second Sky Attack, and it's, if not game over, very close to game over. Very, very close. And we call it GG's there. Good job, DatBoiMuk. And well put up fight, Beta there. And the last one is going up against the Asian Milkman with Wishcash, Hitmonchan, Mew, Mantine, Fortress, and Jirachi. So in theory, the last 3 Pokemon should counter Meganium. This Mew is probably carrying Shadow Claw, Dragon Claw, and then some other move. Then this Hitmonchan will do decent work against the Steelix. And then this Whiscash has to be really worried about that Meganium. And then should have positive matchups against Beedrill. Good matchup against Steelix. And then okay matchups against the other things. Whiscash can one-shot Altaria with Blizzard. So something to be worried and cognizant about. So Mew versus Meganium. Mew has like interesting flexible moveset, but it probably doesn't have any fire or flying moves that Meganium should be worried about. So I don't expect a shield here. Psyshock's going to do a pretty good chunk here. This Frenzy Plant will like almost KO this Mew if it doesn't shield here. Chooses shield. And going to switch out to Sableye. Sableye is like probably a decent pick here because there's no Pokemon that will absolutely wall Sableye. Even these Dragon Claws are not going to do a lot of damage here. So Sableye definitely a pretty safe switch here. Not going to get walled or feel like you trapped your Sableye by switching in. So DatBoiMuk has done a really excellent job at identifying those Pokemon that are going to have like really good switch-in values, and try and get some compensation that way. And going to hit this Foul Play. I expect it to be shield. Nope. Okay, not going to shield here. And then just getting off that Slap Mud Bomb so that you can get switch advantage, even though this Whiscash has almost no health left. Maybe come in Meganium. I don't know. Yeah, Meganium, get one free shot in. And up a shield. Here comes Mantine. Gonna aim for this Frenzy Plane here, which is gonna do a ton of damage if this Mantine doesn't shield because it's neutral. And Frenzy Plane is super strong. Gonna switch out to Steelix here. Steelix is absolutely gonna wall Mantine unless it has access to Water Pulse. If it has access to Ice Beam, it's only gonna do an okay amount, not a ton. Neutral. So let's see what's gonna happen here. How they're gonna finish this match. I think he has Mew in the back, if I recall correctly. Again, these moves are not doing a ton of damage to Steelix. And here comes Mew. Unfortunately, going to run into this crunch here. Shadow Claw would have done a decent amount of damage. But Psyshock and Dragon Claw are both resisted by Steelix. And this is pretty much a wrap here. Basically, after this charge move, this Mantine should faint. So there goes match number 1. In the final round here against the Asian Milkman, a very strong challenger trainer. I saw him in one of Caleb Pang's videos. So again, man, what a great lead here. Fantastic lead. And set so gutsy by DatBoiMuk. 3 anti-grass Pokemon and still decides to come out and lead with Meganium. That's some gutsy move here. Shadow Claw is going to deal neutral damage, but Dragon Claw and Psyshock are both resisted. So I expect more Psyshock since they should be more energy efficient because of stab. And, you know, Dragon Claw is cheap, but not that great of a move. And then this Crunch is going to deal super effective damage, so I expect a shield to come up. Nope, no shield. Wow, okay. Ooh. I guess you realize that this Mew doesn't have much value in this matchup. It's still chunking away, but it should finish him off with Dragon Claws. So down 1 shield, but with loaded energy here. Let's see what comes out. Earthquake is coming out. This Whiscash is probably going to shield this Earthquake. Maybe? I don't know. Steelix, I think maybe thinks Steelix moves are pretty weak. Did shield there, which is very good for the Asian Milkman. Maybe gonna try. I don't know. If maybe knew the matchup a little better, would definitely just try to feint it down. Because even if it hits with Crunch, it's not going to do a ton of damage. So, but I guess maybe didn't. Yeah. I guess he farmed it up. He probably could have baited with Blizzard or baited with Mud Bomb and then tried to get the Blizzard off. But now is like kind of in a precarious situation here. Let's see here. Shield comes up. Mud Bomb fake out, but unless he's going to switch out right away, this Wish Cache is gone. All right. The Wish Cache is gone here, and then it's pretty much a wrap here. Not really too much left here. This Frenzy Plant is going to do a ton of damage to this Mantine. This Aerial Ace should finish off this Meganium. And then Sableye here in the back. Gonna do a ton of damage. Really great job, DatBoiMuk. And thank you for providing me the videos, and best of luck in your future tournaments. And if anyone else wants me to showcase some interesting freestyle or draft tournament videos, please let me know. Shoot me a message on Twitter, and I'll do my best to respond. So thank you, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see everyone in the next video.